Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today's video, I thought I would do something a little bit different. Now I'm going to start doing monthly favourite videos. Previously on my channel, I used to do kind of beauty and skincare favourites like a few years ago. But I think this time I'm going to break it down into different categories and cover a lot of different kind of other areas that I really enjoy. And at the moment I'm back in New Zealand, so I thought this is a great time to film. And if you guys are new to my channel and wanted to subscribe, just click the subscribe button below. It is free to do so. And if you wanted to become a member, just click the join button below and that will show you all the different breakdowns of all the different membership tiers that I've got. And if you're not familiar with the channel, you're completely new, I'm Joss and I'm based in New Zealand, but I'm originally from the UK. And my videos are usually around lifestyle, travel and food. So this will probably be a part of some of the categories anyway, but I just thought it'd be a really fun thing to do and start it on a monthly basis. So the categories I'm going to do are technology, food and drink, homeware, entertainment like TV and film and documentaries that I'm watching, also some skincare, but just a bit of a variety. So what we'll do is we'll get started. So the first thing that I thought I'd start with is books. Now I'm trying to read more books. I'm quite a slow reader. And I'll link a card in the corner and the description bar below my recent book videos that I'm trying to read more books this year. But so far so good, we're getting through them. But I thought incorporating this in a category for the monthly favourites will hopefully help me get more into reading the books as well. And the current one I've got is William Hanson, Just Good Manners. And he's really popular on TikTok. I'll link all his details again in the description bar. But he's a British guy that does a lot of, he's like a leading etiquette expert. And this is a quintessential guide to courtesy, charm, grace and decorum. And it is quite funny. He's got quite a dry sense of humour. And if you're interested in kind of British culture, the history of it, and various traditions and etiquettes that we have that have kind of evolved over the years as well, you'll enjoy it. And also some kind of quite amusing anecdotes that he uses as well. And I'm about halfway through, so I'm doing pretty well. But this is the current book I'm reading. So, and I also follow him on a podcast, and I've read some of his other books as well. But so far I'm enjoying it, which is great. And I've also made myself a hot chocolate, so I'm just working my way through that at the moment. And on the food and drink category, now I'm back in New Zealand, I would definitely recommend a company called Humble Crumble. And I'm not sure if they've been running that long, maybe a couple of years. I think it used to be like pop-ups before. Now they've got like a mini store in the Borough Market, which is in London. I'll link my latest video, food video from the Borough Market in the card in the corner because I have got some footage of Humble Crumble. And this is the brand. Now, when I was there, so crumble's a really big thing in England. We love it, especially in the winter. And it's winter in New Zealand at the moment. So I wanted to bring some back with me. And this is the shortbread crumble topping and it's 500 grams. I think it was about £7. And I just thought if I brought it back, I can then use it for my own homemade crumbles in New Zealand. So that was really great. And I didn't realise you could actually buy them separately. I just thought you'd have to just buy the crumble there and then in the store and everything. So you can buy them online. I'll link the website below as well. But I do really like it whenever I go back to Borough Market. And I think they've got a little mini store in Covent Garden as well and a few other locations. I always get one and it's custard cream, ice cream. They've got like vegan-free, dairy-free combinations as well. So there is a lot of kind of scope that you can have with like toppings and different things. But my go-to one is like a fruit berry crumble with the shortbread topping, and then I have like burnt meringue, kind of dried fruit and rose petals. And if I've got an image, I'll put it on the screen, but it's my favourite with like lashings of custard, which is one of my many weaknesses. But I definitely recommend those guys, and I'm really happy that I've got my own pack of the shortbread crumble topping, which makes me very happy. Then I thought I'd go over to some of the beauty and skincare. Now this is a brand that I've been using for many years and it's Sol de Janeiro. And this is their Brazilian Foreplay Moisturising Shower Cream in the 1 litre. I used to get it in I think like the 300 millilitres and it was kind of a pain and I didn't realise they did this large one. So what I do is, I leave this at home and when I go travelling, I just decant in a little kind of travel bottle what I need as opposed to obviously taking this. But it's a lot easier to get out, whereas the smaller bottles of this have got like a weird nozzle that used to drive me crazy, and it wasn't that practical to get stuff out of, whereas this is so much better. And one of the good things about this, even though it is plastic, I just keep this and I buy a refillable sachet and pour it in. So I love the fact that you can get it refillable, and it's a little bit cheaper as well. And it's like a kind of a pistachio and salted caramel smell, which I love because I use their hand cream as well. So I do recommend this, and if they've got it in stock, I'll link it in the description bar below. But Sol de Janeiro is basically cruelty-free, vegan-friendly, no paraffins, so it's pretty good. And off the back of that, because I like Sol de Janeiro, I also use their deodorant. So I started trying it again because I like the scent, and this is their deodorant. Now, also it's refillable, so I've just run out of this one. So you basically take out the capsule inside, and then you purchase, obviously at a discounted price, the refill, and you just slot it into place, and you just take the lid off. Oh, smells good. And then you just do that. So it is really good. It's a nice little size as well. And I find it's just a lot nicer on my skin, and the scent's great. Now, some of the other things as well are technology. Now, you might notice I've got a mic on. So I bought this last year because just the mic and everything that I was currently using wasn't that great, and I wanted a wireless one. Now, I'm finding this brilliant. It was a lot more expensive, and I like the fact it's got like a charging travel kind of pack with it, and you've got all the kind of gear in it. Again, if I've got any pictures, I'll put it on the screen. So it's a lot easier to travel with, which is really important to me. And it was kind of a bit investment. So hopefully the sound is a bit better than what it previously was just on my iPhone. So I'm loving that at the moment. And also I'm obsessed with AirTags. So I've just got my cat a AirTag for her collar. And when I'm traveling, I love the fact that I can kind of see where she is, if she's okay. I'm one of those kind of crazy cat ladies, so it's reassuring. I'm also loving a couple of clothes items that I got as well when I was back in England. So I really like Gymshark, and I've got various tops that I go to the spa in, but I bought some of their joggers. I think it was a black pair first, and it took me ages to figure out the sizing. So when I went in store, I tried all different sizes on. And even though the joggers I've got, I'll put on screen a picture because I'm actually currently wearing them at the moment. They're oversized, but I ended up having to get an extra small, which I've never worn anything extra small. My body's never been extra small. And they're still really baggy, but they're so comfy. And because I really liked them, I went back again in store to see if I could get another pair in a different colour. And I got this kind of burgundy pair. Again, I'll put a picture on screen. And now I've got two pairs, and I just love them. Really, really comfy, really nice to veg in. And it just made me laugh that they were extra small. I was trying on like large, which is what I would expect. And yeah, it was not a good look. But the extra small, very comfy, easy to wash, and yeah, just cozy. So really love those. And then also I've just signed up to Cupshe. Now, various other YouTubers have used Cupshe, and I'm not that great at buying clothes online, again, because my sizing is always so out. Even when you're looking at the size guides on like websites, it's always not quite aligned. I'm quite top heavy as well. So if something fits on the bottom, it may not on the top, and vice versa. So I did kind of do Cupshe and thought I'll give it a go. And I bought various things in different sizes. So there's one dress that I really liked, and I loved the colours as well. And it's this, and now what I'll do is I'll put an image on the screen because it's probably easier. But it's this really nice thin maxi dress for when I'm kind of in various countries in the summer. Super light. It was pretty affordable. I think it was something like 50 or 60 Kiwi dollars, I think. And loved it. And because I really liked it, it's got adjustable straps as well. So it did help with kind of my chest area. It is quite revealing on the chest, but I found it quite comfortable, and you don't need to wear a bra or anything. But yeah, it is quite revealing on the top. So depending on, you could put like a top over it or a jumper or something. But I found it really comfortable, really nice, and a good length for me actually. So I really liked it, ended up getting another colour of the same design, and I think it's like a boho kind of paisley design. Again, if I've got the images, I'll put them on the screen. Then I thought I'd talk about entertainment. So if you guys don't know, I'm kind of a movie geek. I love going to the movies, watching TV shows, streaming services and stuff, especially when I'm traveling. And what I'll do is I'll put a NordVPN information on screen and in the description bar, because when I travel, I often use my NordVPN, and it gives me the option to check out various shows. So I've listed them here. So I love documentaries, and the Channel 4, again, I'll put information on screen. Channel 4 is a channel in the UK, and they're often doing various kind of interesting documentaries. And one of the ones I watched recently was Jamie's Dyslexia Revolution, and that's Jamie Oliver, the chef. He's dyslexic, and various of his children are as well. And I found this fascinating. It was quite an emotional documentary, because I also found at school, I'm not dyslexic as such, but I found it quite challenging in certain things, especially with numbers, and maths was not my forte. And it was a lot harder to learn and concentrate on certain things. And he went round schools, and he's trying to basically do this revolution to try and improve the education and funding and how teachers teach. So it's not, one size fits all, because children and people are all different on how they learn. And it was a fascinating documentary. I really did enjoy it. And it was quite emotional as well. And then the next one was Love My Face with John O'Lancaster. And I follow him on Instagram. He's based in the UK. And he was born with, I think it's Treacher-Collins syndrome, where he's got like facial disfigurement. And he brought together a load of medical professionals. And there was a variety of different people that had various facial disfigurements or injuries that they really wanted help with. And they were struggling kind of with the NHS and being able to access medical professionals in these fields. So he brings them all together, I think, in like 4 episodes. And again, it's really quite emotional. And he comes across so well. I think he's a really good presenter, and he's got quite a lot of empathy. And also he can relate because of his kind of condition he was born with as well, and various stigmas and how society and social media treat individuals. Then ITVX, which ITV is also another channel in the UK. And they do a lot of documentaries and have shows on and movies. And one of the things that I watched on it recently, I think it came up on my YouTube search as well, was The Assembly. Now, it's basically a room full of autistic, neurodivergent individuals that are interviewing a celebrity. Now, I saw a couple of them. One of them was Danny Dyer, who is, he's been in various things in the UK and in the States. He's quite funny. He's a Londoner, and says it how it is. And he gets interviewed, and they're the most blunt, direct questions. And the rule is they have to answer, So one of the other episodes of The Assembly is Michael Sheen. Now, he gets interviewed as well, and he's Welsh, and he's been in things like Twilight series and various other things. And he is brutally honest as well. It's fascinating to watch. And I love the fact that obviously the individuals that are interviewing are really nervous. It's not their profession. And it's quite challenging in many ways due to various kind of neurodivergent situations that they're in. But I really enjoyed it, and I'm going to watch other episodes. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 episodes with different celebrities. So it's definitely worth a watch. And then movies-wise, so yesterday I watched How to Train a Dragon with, I think it's got Gerard Butler. And that was really quite sad in parts. I ended up crying kind of like towards the end, but it was really well done. And before that, the week before, I also watched the Mission Impossible movie, and that was brilliant. What Tom Cruise does is crazy in these Mission Impossible series. It just blew me away, to the point where I then checked out online to see the, behind the scenes of how he did a lot of the stunts. Kind of blew my mind. But that was a really good one as well. Yeah, so pretty much that's it. So we've got the books, we've got food and drink, we've got technology, we've also got a bit of skincare and movies. And then I'll do that each month. And I'll put on screen again the NordVPN information if you wanted to look at getting 3 months free. I do recommend NordVPN. It's super, super handy for when you're traveling, but also wherever you are, it's just great for added security. Let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you recommend, and anything that I've mentioned that you've also been reading or eating or trying out. that you also agree that you really enjoy. But I hope it was useful for you, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.